for me,
Come on. What
just
did you?
kidding. I
Did
don't
you get
think
to the
so.
end of Act 1 yet?
I don't even.
No,
When
you
is
would know.
the
You would
acts
know.
different?
Because it
Because
says like a different thing in the middle. It's like black, and then it goes this, and then that's like, oh, a new chapter,
like
dude.
Miles' dreams.
Are we
Did
live?
anybody? Has anybody left the team for whatever reason?
No.
Perhaps. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm going to stop
Okay.
there. It sounds like you're not where I thought you were.
No.
Call
no.
me when you finish Act 1 because you're going to want to talk to somebody, dude. I'm with you. So let's see if we're on the places. I don't see any chat yet, so I just assumed. Okay,
We're live now.
whatever
It's
YouTube's good.
I see us.
I can keep
We
all our
got it.
streams up. I got all this bandwidth, 700 megs or whatever. Okay,
Schmegs.
I got them schmegs.
Yo, are
700
you
of 'em.
guys gonna play spring cleaning when I'm not here? Because
We got a
these
lot of links.
are getting crazy.
Mark
that's
Mark
okay.
is the link guy, okay? Don't look at me.
Is it all Mark?
That's all Mark,
The
dude.
stories are typically me. I want us to cover it, but then they start to log up. So
you gotta
okay.
clear them out, dude. You got max 3 to 5.
You'll
Okay.
know if it's me because I will link a sentence instead of just throwing the fucking link in there with the HTTPS. That's how
Well,
you
like,
know it's Mark.
You know how it's me because I do it from my phone and I fucking
What up,
forget.
K-Fred? What
Like I
up?
forget. So
Yeah, okay.
here's my thing. In 2 weeks, the episode spring cleaning. We
Yeah.
knock all this shit out.
Okay.
When Evelyn's
Or
back.
you mean
Or we could do it when Evelyn's
I'm
gone.
back or when I'm
When
gone?
you're back. No, when you're back.
Okay.
Okay.
What up,
It's a chore
K-Fred?
that we all
K-Fred's
do.
in here listening to our podcast drama. We're sorry, dude. We're just working through some stuff live
All right.
on Twitch and
You
YouTube.
guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. We're gonna start the show, guys. Welcome to the party.
Dude, it's another one.
What up, dudes?
What's up?
I'm Victor.
I'm Evelyn.
And I'm Mark.
Welcome to the show. We are to live and talk in LA.
Let's get it. Man, what's poppin', y'all?
We're back.
I've been illin'.
No,
I've been
Mhm.
sick, bruh. I've never been this sick in my life.
You sound kind of
Recording in
cool. though.
progress.
You sound kind of cool. I like being sick. I will say the one thing I like about being sick is my voice sounds really cool when I'm
It
sick.
just sounds different to me. I'm
Mhm.
like,
Yeah, okay.
I hate how I sound normally, so this is a welcome change.
Do you sound bassy in your head? Like, like
That's
Yeah.
what I always think.
Because when I was thinking about that today, talking about witchy poo vibes. I was thinking about how the last time I feel like I was sick, Evelyn was doing Not Another Monday with me, and
Oh,
I think I was sick, and I remember talking about how I felt like I sounded really bassy in my voice, and I was talking like this, and I think it's just your head. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't think you're actually sounding like Barry White. You're just in your head. You do, which is great.
But I sound different, right? Do I
Little
sound
bit.
like is it higher? Is it just more
You sound like more like chill, like
yeah,
say something
it's,
like that.
it's more is it nasally? Yeah, it's nasally.
a little bit.
It's a little nasally. You don't sound different, but there is something there.
There's something. We're gonna lean into it.
Yeah.
Things are changing around here. For example, somebody in the chat is joining us from Best Buy Nintendo Switch 2 line.
That's
Shout
what
out
they're
to
in line
Graphy.
for. There's a Best Buy
Shout out
across
to
street from my house.
Graphy.
Graphy is doing the work. He's still tuning in. Love to see that.
Dude.
Oh my
Uh,
god!
Tell the
Hey.
people in line about us.
Yeah, I know. Hey everybody, gather up! It's time to listen to Live and Talk in LA, which you can find on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or however your podcast. Contractually, we have to say that.
Yeah, thank you. Join us, please.
Get in here, guys.
That is so
Yeah.
cool. I think honestly, what is the craziest place someone has ever listened to us? I think right now, Graphy, aka Graphiture, is leading the most creative place.
Yeah.
I think at this point, I think so.
Hmm.
I don't like being in line, so I feel like for him to do this in line to merge the two worlds means a
Mhm.
lot.
Why do you not like being in line?
I just don't like being in line for anything, dude. I could be in line to win $1 million, and I'm like, I hate this. You know?
What about the pop-ups?
I don't go to pop-ups because if I go and there's a line around the block, I'm like, I don't even care about this. I'm just gonna get Jack instead, and I go home.
Same. I'll
You know?
bounce.
It's
Yeah,
a lot of
I'll
work,
bounce.
dude. I don't want to do that. But for
It's-
something like this, the Switch 2, maybe I would. I don't know.
Waiting in line is not that bad anymore. It really isn't. There should be no excuse for hating it. Like it might be an inconvenience, but like you can be entertained at all times
'Cause we
with
have
your phone.
phones. Yeah.
I remember doing midnight launches for video games, and I remember waiting in line to see Star Wars because like
Yep.
it was the what was episode 3?
Oh, I
It
don't.
was
Yeah. Well, this
Revenge of the Attack of the Sith.
Revenge
Phantom
of the
Menace is the
Sith?
Revenge of
first
the Sith?
one. I forget
Attack
what
of
the
the
other ones
Clones?
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Trains is what's going on in the background, and it was Revenge of the Sith, the third one. I remember leaving high school like at noon to get in line. We were second in line, and we had to wait there to get into the movie theater. We already had our tickets, but there was no reserved seating like there is
Revenge
now.
of the Sith. That's it.
hmm
Thank you, K. Fred.
We had to wait in line, and we had to entertain ourselves. Now I can play Balatro. I can go on Reddit. I
True.
can probably watch some furry porn in line.
Dude, I
And I'm
hate
good.
that. I want the other experience back. I like when we were all in line and like we didn't have things and we had to create more excitement about the thing because we were in the line. Now that I have my devices, the only situation where I will allow that to move the line faster is specifically like a Disney line situation, and I'll do like a heads up moment because it's interactive, like
move.
that's fun. That's the move. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that situation, I don't know, man. I don't like it. I don't like the line and I don't like the entertainment in the line. I like the old lines.
I think Mark is just speaking as a Disney adult right now because he waits in line so much. He's
Oh,
got
yeah,
a little bit of
facts.
Stockholm syndrome because I don't know anyone else that's like, yeah, waiting in line is cool, dude. Totally chill, you know. Maybe Graphiture
okay.
agrees.
I don't like waiting in line, but if you're waiting in line for a reason, I'm not waiting in line to get fisted in my ass.
Oh,
Maybe I
no.
am.
That
But, like,
is a reason.
Yeah, that could be a reason. But like, I'm waiting there for a good reason, which is I want to get this like Holland Rays, for example, an LA staple here. It's like a dope, best chicken sandwich you'll ever have.
I still have not waited in line for Helen Ray's.
It's
No, me
worth it,
either.
dude. It's worth it.
I won't do it. I'm like, all of that and for what? Like I get mad, so I just
See,
don't go.
but that's
Dave's has no line, dude.
that is the denier because I'm telling you right now, if you eat it and you eat it fresh, it's actually a life-changing experience of how good
What
the
is it
chicken
called? What is this?
Howlin' Rays. Mhm.
I've had wings to go from there that were good. Their dry rub
Yeah.
is very good. But I just don't want to wait, dude.
Dude, there's a fucking owl outside my window. Do you hear that?
No, that's cool though.
That is very cool.
If I could pick
It's
a
the fourth
bird to be
person.
outside my house, it'd probably be an owl. That's dope.
Yeah, I hear an owl hooting. Hoot.
Sure, it's not just some homeless guy, some tweaker. Have you verified it's an owl? Because it could
Yeah,
be
it's-
anything.
It's Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish.
He'd be hooting,
there.
dude. He'd be hooting.
Well, okay, but still.
You think I'm
Dude,
hearing a
what the
Camaro?
Yeah, I know. Everything's going on outside right now.
Damn,
Dude,
it's
it's
lit.
pretty
It's
good.
lit
The
at Mark's
next thing
place.
you're gonna hear is my stomach because I'm
Well-
hungry today, you guys.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, what's going on with you guys?
I fucking moved, man.
Yeah.
I moved.
Dude, we did it! Congratulations!
We did it. We did it. You guys got a little flash of this, but I'm gonna do this for the live pod viewers too. I'm coming to you guys from Boxville, dude. Okay. Just look at that. There's my bass guitar. I got some boxes. There's like 5 boxes in the background here. I'm gonna go back to my beautiful new layout. Anyway, it was fine. I think moving this time was cool because I had movers. I moved like 25 times in my life. I never had movers until now. So that was a nice experience.
Is it pricey?
It's fucking expensive, dude. Okay, so here's the
Shit.
problem. So it's like, I signed up for this at the beginning of the month. They said, all right, it's charged hourly. 3 hours is the minimum job. They usually don't take that long. I'm coming to you guys, by the way, the stream is called Coming to You from the Valley because that's where I'm at now. I'm over in Sherman Oaks, y'all. Back to the 818 where I always belonged. Anywho, I booked these movers a long time ago. They said $500, the minimum job, 3 hours. I said, all right, cool. We'll get out in and out in 3 hours. Moving takes longer than 3 hours. I didn't realize this. So it ended up taking 6 hours. To make matters worse, about 5 hours in, they're trying to move in my giant couch. And the guy's like, yeah, this doesn't fit. And I'm like, he says, the only alternative is to hoist it up the balcony up and through the balcony, and then we'll bring it in that way because it won't fit through the door. And I said, nah, I'm gonna make it work. So I sat there for like 35 minutes. I took the legs off the couch. I flipped it over myself. I busted my ass trying to get this thing in there any like geometry way I could. It was not possible. They had to bring the couch in through the balcony.
How did
And that
oh,
cost
shoot.
$200. So it's just like, it was just, it
It
added up
didn't
very
fit into
quick.
your new apartment.
It didn't fit through the door of the new apartment.
Oh.
Because my old
snap.
one, it was just a straight shot through the door down the hallway. It just get it in. This one, it could fit through the door, but not like with the way the angles were working. And so that was another $200. They charge you like $10 for every cardboard box they need to use. It adds up quick, y'all. But you know what? It's done.
Is it
And
worth it? That's the real question that the people of LA want to know. Is it worth it to hire movers, or do you bully your friends into helping you instead?
I just don't think at my age I could bully people to do this. And you still have to get the truck and all this stuff. You know what I mean? I think it was worth it, although it cost more than $1,000, which is not what I was expecting to pay. But I think it was worth it. I think if you're not broke, it's totally worth it. Actually, it just depends on like the poor versus rich scale where you stand. You know?
I needed the people to hear that. They need to hear it. And of course, Worldwide Handsome's in the chat saying to hire movers because when I move, he is moving the things.
He doesn't
Yeah.
want to deal with that shit.
He
a
does
lot.
not.
When you get to a certain age, it's hard to convince people to move for pizza and beer.
They just won't.
Like, it just isn't working anymore because you're getting older, your body hurts, and then all of a sudden you have to give up a Saturday to go move shit for your friend for pizza and beer. It doesn't work anymore.
You
At
gotta
some point,
drive over there. It's a whole fucking day, dude.
yeah, I think
They
at
just don't
that
have the
point-
energy at our age group anymore, you know?
No,
It's not
and
fun,
it's like I had people move all this stuff, and I was still tired as fuck on Sunday. Like I was still moving stuff up and down from my car, and Sunday was all unpacking. You know, Monday I go to work, unpack. Tuesday go to work, unpack. It's like it's been a nonstop week, dude. I'm kind of tired, but I'm
ready.
glad it's over.
I'm ready to take the next step and hire movers
You
in my
should.
next move. I think I'm prepared for that. You guys will hear about it on To Live and Talking LA.
My only
How many-
tips to anybody who would be moving right now. Sorry, Mark. Wrap everything up yourself. They wrap everything in shrink wrap. I didn't know that. And they charge you like $20 per roll of shrink wrap, and then they tape all the corners. Like I just throw my stuff in a truck and throw a sheet over it, and I think it's fine. But they wrap everything. That took a lot of time and money. So it's like I would give you some. We'll talk about it when you move. I'll give you the
That's a
one,
nice
two.
life hack.
Yeah,
Wrap it yourself.
you have to wrap everything, and you have to have
You
everything
gotta
in
wrap it
boxes.
up.
They don't take loose items unless it's huge. If it fits in a box, they're gonna put it in a box, and then they charge you $10. So it's like,
Ew.
shit, man. You know. They weren't as
Pretty.
big as I thought. One of them was a big dude. The other two were just like normal looking dudes. And I thought, I wonder if this is taking longer because these are just normal guys. Maybe these are the only people that would deal with it. But I was expecting like the Rock X3.
Yeah, you thought you were gonna get a bunch of bodybuilders to move your shit.
I mean, they're the perfect fit, you know? Like they want to lift shit anyway. Just go do somebody
you-
else's job and be house get paid for it, you know?
Do you know anybody in your life that is a mover? Like,
I
have
don't
you
know.
ever known somebody whose job is to move things like that? I don't think I've ever met
I've
somebody
never
in that
met a
line of
mover.
work.
No.
That's
Huh.
actually a very good point. There's never been a time where I've been out at a bar or at a mixer and said, "What do you do for work?" And then they said, "Mover." That just doesn't happen, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
don't know.
not heard that before.
They're too tired from moving is the thing every day. Like we think moving is this terrible experience. Imagine having to move every day you're moving. That's like hell, dude. That's a tough job. They better get paid a lot. How much do you guys think is a fair tip for movers? Because you have to tip them cash.
I
You have a
don't
tip in cash?
know.
Yeah, they ask you, hey, by the way, you can put a tip on here. When he was having me Zelle them $1,000, I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not tipping on there, dude. That was
What's
less.
it-
That was
what
less
do you
than the
tip?
amount.
I
don't know.
didn't even think you would tip because
What?
the job.
There was
is-
3 of them. So what do you
No.
pull out?
You have to tip them because it's a service. It's just like getting a haircut or someone checking your prostate. They're doing you a service and you got to tip them.
I don't think. I mean, I did it because everybody told me to, but I feel like So then what? I'm gonna start tipping the plumber. I'm gonna start tipping.
Aren't
Where does
you
it end?
against the unnecessary tipping? I thought this was in your
Mark
line.
loves tipping.
Yeah.
I don't like tipping.
No. I don't like excessive tipping, but when it comes to moving, you're not going to have a prolonged like career. It's kind of like it's out of the like the trade jobs. They don't really have a long window. You can't do this until you're 60.
And I think
So
there's no
you-
skill in it. You can't teach people
So
to do
what
it.
is
So it's
what
like,
is your motivation behind tipping? Like, what is your goal?
You're tipping them to maximize the dollar amount because they did you assuming they did a good job. You're like
Yeah.
they like for Victor they did the pulley system and pulled his couch up the window and boxed up his shit like
And they
there's all these
charge
services.
$200.
Yeah,
just
this
to
is
do
ser-
that, it took them 5
yeah.
minutes. They just tacked on another $200 because it didn't fit.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Okay, well, assuming they're not
predatory.
nickel. Okay,
Yeah.
let's pretend they didn't nickel and dime you. I'm okay with tipping them. I'd say 15-20%.
Yeah. So
15-20% on like $1,200.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
dude,
the
like that
thing. So I
because of
pulled
the-
out.
Yeah,
I pulled out enough to tip them, thinking it was like a 3 or 4 hour job. It ended up being 6.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I was like so shocked by the price that I wasn't gonna just throw away another $200, dude. So I just tipped them what I had, and I feel like they were like, "What the fuck?" But I just didn't know, dude.
yeah.
That's wild, Mark. I think that's wild. I think there's like a maximum $100 per person. That's I'm like the $100 a day for
$100 is
each
a lot,
person on
though.
top of whatever they're making. If you're gonna do a big job like that, because he's saying he'd do 15, I'd maximum in my head give them $100 a person. But even then, that's a lot of
Dude,
money per
I gave
person.
them each $50, and now I feel
I'm
really
like
bad
50
about
a
it.
head.
It's like, shit, dude. It's
Yeah.
$150.
Well, again, it's hard labor, and you're doing it to scale. And if it's like 15-20% is a collective thing. It's not per person. So if it's 20%, let's say I tip the high end 20%, they divvy that up 3 ways. I'm not doing 20% per person. I don't know if you guys are going that
I
way.
came
'cause
in
I'm
pretty
not-
low,
no,
dude.
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
it ended
Yeah,
up being
I-
not that great, but
I'm just confused why
do?
we're not paying the movers out of whatever we're charging the person that wants these like, why are we not just asking for a rate that makes sense?
that's how
What
it
is
be,
this
dude.
tipping behavior? What is this?
It's a service. It's
What we have
it's
to
true essence
do
of a service.
is just go out with Mark and keep him honest. Anytime we go anywhere and someone does a service, we're gonna look at Mark and say, "You're gonna tip or what, dude? That was a service." That's how this.
Yeah.
That's how this carries on.
Yeah, because I'm like that is wild criteria. You tip a server because you know they're underpaid and they have to work hard. They have to work really hard. They're underpaid. So if I'm tipping these people, I'm assuming they either saved my life or my cat from a tree in the middle of this moving situation, or they must be severely underpaid. Which I'm like, why are we not paying movers? That's ridiculous.
Cape
Well,
Red says
first of
$50,
all-
so I feel better now.
First of all,
Yeah,
we
I like
don't
that.
know. We don't know any movers because as far as we don't know how much they make. But like, when it comes to that high threshold of a job, it's like, okay, you kind of have to tip out the service 15-20%. Like, how much you tip? Like, why do we tip servers 20%? For like,
don't
like,
know.
see, that's the thing. Like, because Victor, you're sitting there and you've mentioned this
Hold
before.
on one
and-
second. Hold on.
yeah.
Like, hold on, like.
No, you guys go ahead. I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay,
bounce for a
okay.
second.
That's what we thought. Okay.
Yeah, like wait a
Yeah.
minute. Like Victor has said it before. He orders his drink, he orders his sandwich, and that's it. The bare minimum.
I'm
And we
such
tip
an
20%,
easy table.
and he's tipping 20%. Let's move
Reluctantly.
the scales here.
Yeah.
These people are taking his shit from Culver City all the way to the valley and doing it. It's like that is the true essence of a service, not the person working
was
at
a lot of
fucking
work.
IHOP. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that's to scale. I don't like tipping 20% to the IHOP person because that's not, like, what the fuck is that? But these movers doing something and doing it, I would like to think at a high clip and a high skill level.
Yeah, she's looking up the pay rates for movers in the United States and averaging it out in a spreadsheet. She'll be back with more data, dude. That's fine.
She's had enough.
She said, "Hold up, I need to just resolve this now." She's writing a letter, everybody.
Yeah.
She'll come back later. Anyway, but yeah, so that was the move. It's nice to be here. I will say, like, you know, we don't have to talk about this forever, but it's nice being in an area that's a little bit more walkable. My other neighborhood was too, but I feel like I only want to walk so far, right? I'm kind of a lazy fucker. So, like, I don't want to go too far. There's a sushi restaurant like 30 seconds walking away from my building, which is really nice. So on Saturday, we popped out the back. There's like an alley exit. You go through a little thing. You're at a sushi restaurant, and you know what? It was actually pretty good. So I have that shit locked in. Like being able to just walk to sushi. Oh, I forgot my keys. Well, I can't get my keys. I forgot my phone. I could just go back to the house and get it and come right back. It's pretty sweet. We
That
walked to
is-
breakfast on Sunday.
I want that. I want a
Yeah.
sushi through I missed a lot of that conversation. I'm sorry, but I want a sushi through like a little alcove or an alleyway.
Yeah.
It feels very Japan.
There's a sushi, there's a wings place, there is a burger lounge, and an ice cream shop, like within very, very close walking distance. Like I'm gonna get fat over here, dude. It's
Hell
tricky.
yeah, dude. We love that.
But
for
I'm
you.
happy though. It's all good.
Fat and happy. Why not us?
Yeah.
I want to talk about something that is adjacent to all of these food places that you're talking about, and something that we've actually talked about before, which is how much we love Trader Joe's and their employees and how fabulous they all are. Have you guys recently seen the 50 best places to work in America? This is something that's recently been on all social medias. I don't even know where it came from. If you didn't see it, I'm surprised because I sent it to you guys. But the number one, what do we think the number one place is to work in America?
The happiest
we-
place?
Did we look at it? Do you think it's the happiest place on earth?
Is it
I
Disneyland?
looked at it. I looked at it. So Victor, if you legit didn't look at it, you can guess because I looked at it.
I think it's-
Chat. What do you think it is? What do you think, Vic?
Happiest place to work in all of America?
The 50 best places to work in America.
Ooh,
ranked
they say
best.
Costco. That's a
by-
pretty good one.
Healthcare, tech, finance and insurance, consumer education, government, transportation, and industrial. Those are the different fields that are in these jobs.
I'm gonna go. Oh wait, so it's grocery stores don't count.
I'm not seeing grocery stores, but let's re-hit it. Healthcare, tech, finance and insurance, consumer, which could be
Yeah.
grocery store, education, government, transportation, and industrial.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, okay, maybe consumer places are in there. Yeah, let's say Costco. I'm gonna go with the chat. I'm gonna guess with chat and say Costco.
Costco's saying chat and McDonald's?
No, that's not true.
Hazardous. Okay. It's actually, I did not guess this at all. University of Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that crazy? Like that was not even on my radar as a place of employment. In-N-Out would have been sick.
Yeah, I
Well,
feel like
number
that's
one.
kind of that's not really a guessable answer. Like that's very specific. I guess
think
so
it's
is
all
Costco.
about- I think it's all about acceptance because their employee of the year has a hunchback.
Damn.
Hey, good one.
Yeah. I have a hard time believing that the best place to work in America is a fucking college.
I believe it, dude.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I believe it. It must pay well on an accident because they're Notre Dame. They have a good community in sports. They have a nice balance of things.
I feel like working at a college is super like easy. I always thought that when I saw the people that are like working in the offices, like all they're really dealing with is like people trying to switch like majors or doing like whatever. It's just like documents and stuff, and they get to plan fun events. Everybody's like happy to be there. I don't know. I can see it.
You still don't
No.
think so, Mark?
I mean, unless
What do you
like,
want it to be, Mark? Like what? Like NASA?
well, see, I think that this is a hard thing with a job like Notre Dame, like University of Notre Dame, because like you have professors, then you have faculty, then you have staff, and then you have the maintenance people. It's like, how are we really gauging that? That's tough. I don't know if I'm buying this one. I
Yeah.
think Notre Dame has some really good PR.
Did you buy our number 2 slot?
Number two, I'm surprised it's not number one. Quite honestly.
Number 2 is Trader Joe's. We called it. It's ranked number 2 in the 50 best places to work in America. Oh my gosh, do you hear the helicopters in my end this time?
I do.
Thank
all
God
right.
it's not me. They flew. They finally made it to your neck of the woods from my place. They
Yeah.
circled over here
They
4
just
times.
made it. They just made it.
Some
right
of
now.
these are pretty interesting, actually. I have the list now.
Yeah, are
Some
you
of these
looking
I've
at
never
it?
heard of.
I went to Trader Joe's yesterday,
Me too.
and
Did you
went
size up their employees or what?
No, I was really in and out, but I was in awe. Okay, so I was in the Hollywood one, and it's not that big of a Trader. I think by compared to Trader Joe's and all around like our area, this is relatively big. I think it's in Hollywood, and so I was impressed that there were so many fucking employees there. There was a lot of employees.
Yeah, dude.
It's kind of wild, and I think in part of the lease conditions for Trader Joe's, like they have to pick the place with the worst parking spots available.
Oh yeah,
100%.
awful every
And
time.
This
Yeah,
place,
they
so
want to create scarcity.
I walk there. And this happens to me like randomly, and I always get really paranoid as I get older. Is you'll see a girl walking, like a hot chick walking, and we're like, oh no, not like we kind of intersect, like we kind of, but all of a sudden we go the same direction, and all of a sudden I'm kind of walking the same path as her, and I'm like, okay, at some point do I have to then divert, because I'm like, I'm trying not to look, and I'm looking, I'm like, we're in Hollywood, I'm like, I don't want to give the wrong vibes, you kind of looking kind of cool, but I'm like, I'm just trying to play it safe. We get to Trader Joe's at a corner across the street, and then I make the left to go into Trader Joe's. She doesn't. I'm like, all right, good. I'm clear. She's not creeped out by me anymore. All of a sudden, I'm on Trader Joe's. She went the wrong way. She came back around, and she's back in my turf now.
Oh, so she's stalking you.
So she's stalking me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Which is kind of flattering. Just saying.
I'm just like trying to walk, like imagine you walking around all day inventing this storyline in your head. I'm like, you would too.
Yeah. You like worried that the woman who can't even see you because you're behind her is creeped out by you, dude? I'd just be walking behind people. I don't care.
Don't you have a sixth sense? You're like, oh, someone's near me all this whole time, and we've been walking the same city blocks for
I
on
pay
4
attention to
lights.
that because I assume somebody wants to murder me. We've been over this before.
Yeah, I know.
But
If
Vic
they-
is like, they're all my friends.
I'll walk the same foot pace as them too, so they can't hear me because their steps are matching my steps now. I do the same speed, and if they turn around, I go,
Oh my
and
god,
then-
you're insane.
and then I'm not scary. You disarm them when you give them a little wave.
Yeah, I disarmed him by moving my arms like a robot. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this guy's not crazy because he's just walking around doing the robot.
That's not right, dude.
I think that's weird. You're gonna scare people like that.
I don't
You
think
should try
I
my
don't,
approach.
neither of you are winning in this scenario. I'm
No.
like,
Well, it's bad.
maybe don't. Maybe don't. Things that I wasn't surprised made it onto this list. Number 6, Google. I saw that one come in. I've heard such great things, and they have like buffet lounges for lunch and like free espresso bars and stuff. I'm like, there's no way that you're working at a place like that and you're not just happy.
My workplace is not on here. I'm sad about that, but I'm not surprised.
Aren't we all? My workplace is not on here either. That's so bizarre. Maybe
Mine
maybe
is
one
Apple.
day. Oh, there it
Apple
is.
made a list.
A lot
Apple
of
made the
universities on here. I don't think they should count. They're like inflating the list.
Dude, do you guys know anything about Garmin?
Yes.
I was surprised Garmin made it on. I didn't
It's
even
kinda
know they were big
random.
enough to make it onto top 50 situation.
I'm surprised to see like Fruit of the Loom is on here. That's pretty good. That's super random.
Mhm. Costco did make it at a young number 42 for those that were asking. And In-N-Out also made it at slot number 8.
I'm surprised they're so high because they seem like they're working really hard. Like I know it's a nice place to work, but they're always working. Like
At
I need
In-N-Out?
some downtime. Yeah.
You know what it is? They're young.
I need
And
time
they
to be on my
like being
phone.
around each other.
That's
They don't
true.
want downtime.
It's like the
Their
Olympics. They're all
downtime is like,
fucking.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, managers at In-N-Out make 6 figures.
That's
Hell
a
yeah,
lot.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fruit of the Loom.
but you just want to dick around on your phone.
I love being able to pause in between like work stuff and just go on my phone for a little bit. I just need to reach, like you said, when you're bored, you're standing in line, you need a little, like, just a little boost. It's like
Yeah.
getting a cigarette or going to get some coffee. I just need to look at my phone for like,
What do you look at?
I just like check my email that I'm already working on. I'll I'll go
You
look
just
at
pick up your
Reddit.
phone instead.
No,
I'll watch a
that's okay.
meme.
This is a really important thing. You pick up your phone, and not because you're trying to do something, because I think we all do this. You pick up your phone and just unlock it. What's the first thing you go to immediately?
I'm opening my phone.
I'm
Probably
looking
Reddit.
at it right now.
It's in a folder though, so it's like I got to do a couple steps.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's probably Reddit.
I'm going to one of three things.
Mhm.
It's either Instagram or TikTok or Township, which we don't need to talk about.
I was gonna say Belatro's on there.
Yeah. Like it depends on my mood. Like if I want to see people that I know and I'm like kind of bored and I need some social interaction, I'll go to Instagram. If I'm sick and tired of seeing the people that I know, I'll go to TikTok. And then if I'm sick and tired of seeing the people that I know and the people that I don't know because really everybody's just stupid, then I'll go play Township by myself.
That's
You
funny.
got it all
dude.
covered.
Yeah.
I'm a Reddit guy.
Yeah, me too.
I need to hop on the Reddit train. I Google to Reddit. Like I need a question or answered, and then I Google it, and then it takes me to Reddit.
Yeah.
How do you guys surf it? What is Reddit etiquette?
The search
that
is
such a
terrible
thing?
on Reddit, so you have to use Google
Yeah.
to search for Reddit threads, but it's nice because you just subscribe to whatever you like, and then you get like a constant feed of just those things. It's pretty nice.
So for me, Evelyn, I like the NBA. I like WWE, and there's all these other things like some like TV shows. I'll follow.
Yeah. There's
So, like,
really
that's
good
kinda-
meme content about your
Meme content.
specific things, you know?
So like the like Psych. I don't know if you guys know Psych. Are you familiar with
The
this TV
show?
show?
Yeah.
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 I love this show. They're gonna make another movie. It's coming out. That's something that you would probably go to Reddit for. And you would look for your Psych community and see all of their lore and shit.
Yeah, there'd be people talking about it. Like you can, and you know that they all like it, so you don't have to worry about getting flamed in the comments. Like, you know, well, they're going to shit on you, but for you liking it for the wrong reasons, you know, you can have a debate about it.
Yeah.
like-
Okay.
And you like Mumford and Sons, right?
Yeah.
That's your favorite band?
It's not my favorite band.
Okay.
They
Well-
have a couple of albums that I think are some of the best albums, but I digress.
That month
Okay, well-
subreddit's crazy.
You can go into their subreddit.
Huh.
Did we talk about this, Mumford and Sons? Where like I
No.
asked for your music albums to listen to, and this is such a mind fuck because like I didn't.
You
this
mean
is
when I roasted you on a chat on accident?
I mean, it could be it could be whatever you can bring that part up, but like when I listen to Mumford and Sons and we listen to Victor's like recommendation, I can see you. I can actually see the person who recommended me the album. I've been doing this with
That's
my
interesting.
friends. I'm like, yeah, I was like, hey, like recommend me an album. It can your all-time album. It can be something you're feeling right now, but what's something you would share? Because I'm paying for Apple Music, and I keep listening to the same Katy Perry song, astronaut Katy Perry songs over and over again. It's time to change it up. So that's when, Victor gave me Aisle 7A or something like that, or what was it?
Oh,
I don't know. You gave me
that like oldies band. Yeah, I forgot about
so,
them.
but and then like Evelyn gave me Mumford and Sons, and when I hear it, and then when my friends gave me their albums, I can see them, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of like a weird trip. So, that was kind of a tangent because we brought up Mumford and Sons, but I thought it was a really good exercise, and I think of you when I think of Mumford and Sons.
The All Tens. That's what the band's called. Check them out, you guys. I sent you Portishead too. Did I claim Portishead, or was that already in your brain
You
somewhere?
did. You did claim that.
You did, but I've also heard Portishead before, like years ago.
Yeah, okay,
So-
that's fine.
I like what I read in the chat that the first thing they open on their phone is Twitch to go see if we posted a new episode of To Look and Talk and Lie.
Dope.
Dude, we're about to kiss right now.
Do you guys
Speaking
know
my
what is
language.
it? That 22 Jump Street where she's like, "Are we about to kiss?" for like
Yeah.
5 billion times. That's what I'm imagining right now. Yeah, I don't know. The work in America was wild to me, and I am very surprised that actually a lot of these are universities. But
Universities, a lot of finance places on there too.
dude, Trader Joe's is number one in my heart. I know they made number 2 on this list, but they're number 1 in my heart, and I just had to put it out there.
This is where I get scared too. Number 17, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. I want those people to be well paid. I don't know how could you be happy working there?
Yeah, you have to be
Like-
frustrated.
It
You have to be-
doesn't technically say happy. It says the best,
best places
places
to-
to work.
Okay.
Although what we categorize as best is really up to us.
Yeah, because like like St. Jude's. Are you guys familiar with St. Jude's?
Yeah, it's
They
like the cancer hospital for children.
for sick children. So
Yeah.
like, is it the
They're really
best place
sick.
to work? Yeah, they're
Yeah,
really
they're,
sick,
like,
man. So it's
really
like you
sick.
have.
It's not
I don't
good.
know, man. That's
Like
a
they
tough
probably
sell.
have a partnership with Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're there all
Maybe.
the time.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
They
feel like
have
they
a
have to. They got to have some local staff or something. But
They have like a repeating meeting. They just
I
they
actually
just
kind
slot
of
in a
love
different
that that's
kid.
on here. I'm like, what? That's really inspirational to see something like that on there. But
Good, I guess.
not me being excited about Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Speaking of charity work and things like that, trying to help people who need help. I chatted with you guys a little bit about Tiki the foster dog. I'm gonna take it with the
Yeah.
TikTok component of the episode. Did you guys catch up on the little Tiki the foster dog info I sent your way? I sent you a
I
little
did.
brief.
I watched it. I
How'd you
was learning
feel?
about him. You know what? He's pretty cute.
He's okay.
I like how he started playing with the other dog pretty quickly. That was nice to see, actually. I might be changing a little bit.
Aw, we have to talk about this because how did you adopt your cats or purchase your cats?
I adopted my cat.
Yeah, okay.
And
Well,
she was
this,
hurt. She was like emotional and sad. So I did the same thing.
oh, you rescued your
Yeah,
cat. It's a little
yeah.
different. That's the same thing that happened with Tiki the foster dog. He was like really fearful. He went through some ish. He said he really liked his little bandit. Like he has no hair around his eyes. And I
Mhm.
found out the reason for that is because he had like double cherry eye surgery. Like it was bad, so they had to shave that area. It was pretty terrible. But this guy
Oh,
is a
wow.
little cutie. He received over 1,000 applications. Like this is a story that's documented on TikTok about how he's interacting with humans for the first time and learning to like not be afraid of a male or like go to grass on the first time. It's this huge story. 1,000 applications for this dog. Isn't that insane? A little publicity will get the work done, you guys.
They got to start like an auction or something, like a bidding war. That's the American way.
They
gonna
started
buy this
instead
dog?
saying that they should also adopt other dogs, like his brother, who was also up for adoption. But it was super cute.
Yeah. I wish someone would rescue this podcast.
Yeah, help us out. Throw me a
Yeah.
bone.
Have you
Who's-
tried, Mark?
Who's gonna adopt us? And then we'll all of a sudden we'll have this whole come to Jesus moment, and we'll be good.
We could be Twitch partners. Just need a
People
little
People will
help,
adopt
guys.
us.
What's your thoughts on Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer?
I
I
didn't
only
have
know him
cable.
from
I don't
South
know.
Park.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I loved him in South Park. I will
Me
say he was
too.
great. I don't know.
Is he legit, Mark?
if
What's
that's
your
real.
take?
I don't know. I've always heard the name Caesar Milan, and I know the dog whisperer, but I didn't really know much about him until the other night. I was with the Guatemalan law or place, and they had Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer, on the back, and watching him train the dogs, and it's like I'm not, the jury's still out. I'm not really buying this. Like, it just doesn't seem legit. Am I tripping?
I've adopted his training style that I saw in South Park for my cats. So I don't know how far away that is from like the original concept, but I definitely try to dominate like he did in that episode, and I think it worked. At least it's fun. I'm the dominator in this house. I'm an alpha dog among a bunch of cats. So I love that.
believe that.
But I don't know if it's real or if it's working.
I
about
don't
you?
know. I don't know if he has any strategy that he's applying. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I see it. I get it. Like I would have come to this conclusion as well as somebody who has a background in behavioral therapy. I see it. I understand. But then I'm like, he really just goes in there sometimes. He just does something for no good reason. And I don't understand. Like he doesn't explain himself. I get confused. I don't know. That's my take.
It just seems too good to be true.
I don't know. I will say I don't think his methodology works on cats because I've been dominating my girlfriend's cat Pablo for a year and he doesn't learn. Like I push his ass off the counter and he gets back on there anyway. He's an immovable object.
It just depends on the animal, really.
Yeah, I guess so. Dogs are easier to handle, I think.
Where are we going, Geppetto?
So Geppetto is one of the WoW homies.
Oh,
He is from San Francisco. Actually, this is that won't make sense to the viewers, but he's from the same company that I work at, but he's in San Francisco. And so we started playing WoW, and he comes down every once in a while, and I still lurk our Discord, so we're going somewhere. I want you to know, Geppetto, I'm the one who suggested Six Flags Magic Mountain for the boys' trip, and that was canceled or struck down. I think that would have been really fun, but I'm down to go wherever.
that sounds like
You
fun.
guys
I
can
hope
come
you guys
too.
have a blast.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
support your WoW community.
it's
I'm
fun.
telling you, it's something that I never. And now it's like the Great White Buffalo. I'll never have it. Like I had to have it when I was a wee child, and now it's gone.
It's fun, like because we're a bunch of dudes and we're playing the same video game, and you just start hanging out, and then it's like then they're like your boys. I was playing the same video game with these guys basically every night for like months, for like a year off and on, years on end. It's
That's
like
so
you're
cool.
basically you're friends. You just don't see each other, and that's like a new concept. My parents don't understand it, but it's real.
No, we have a whole ass community of people in different places.
that's
They
what I'm
want to
saying.
have a meetup. I see it now. They're like, everybody meet up at this place where all you grown men are coming
Dude,
together.
we're going to downtown LA. That's the central spot for all three of us. So, you know what? I'll shoot you all the deets if you want to come through.
Wait, is it this weekend?
It's on Friday.
You got fucked up. I'm in Palm Springs.
What are you doing in Palm Springs? It's too hot, dude. What are people
That's
doing
the whole
there?
point. Dude, I'm just going there. Move it to next week. Hey, you know what? You guys canceled already. Cancel and come next week. I'll be there.
It's already fucking hot here. Why do you need to go somewhere that's more hot? What are you
Because
gaining?
this is the plan. This was the plan.
Okay.
I
Did
don't
you
know
hear
what to
that?
tell you, dude.
Okay.
I'm just
Ca-
fucking around.
Guys, I'm down to stream with you guys. Cancel it, move it to next week. What do I know? Hey, Evelyn, there's a subreddit you can join. That's a good segue.
Oh,
Boom.
which one?
Am I the asshole? We're gonna go into
Ooh,
the
is
Am
that a
I the Asshole?
subreddit?
Yeah, I'm going into the bank because we haven't done this in a while.
Hit it.
So I'm gonna read you guys a post from Reddit from Am I the Asshole, and we're gonna unpack this and decide if this person is indeed the asshole or not. Chat, you can also play along too. How does that sound?
Let's do it.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Am I the asshole for not attending my friend's birthday because it was planned too late and I didn't want to get an Uber back alone at night again? I, female, mid 20s, have a close knit group of 4 friends from high school. During our senior year, I moved to a different city that's quite far from where the others live. The 3 of them still live fairly close to each other, which makes it easier for them to meet up and get home together. 2 of my friends are generally thoughtful and try to plan meetups at midpoint since they live further away than everybody else. But even then, the commute is still significantly longer for me. We try to get together for each other's birthdays, but lately the way these hangouts are planned has been frustrating, mostly because they're always at night. I've always explained multiple times that I prefer earlier meetups because I have a long trip home. I rely on public transit, and traveling alone late at night makes me feel unsafe. A lot of the time, I end up Ubering back, which costs about $50 to $60. That adds up, both financially and emotionally. Meanwhile, the rest of them usually leave together and drop each other off since they live closer. It's not an issue for them. The problem is mostly with one particular friend. She always wants to push things to a later time, even when others suggest earlier options. My 2 more accommodating friends have admitted to me privately that they know she's being inconsiderate, but in a group chat, they never say anything and just go along with whatever time she picks. A recent example, one of the girls was planning her birthday dinner, and originally it was supposed to be at 5 p.m., a time that worked perfectly for me. Then the one friend said she could only make it after 7 p.m., so the whole plan got changed to accommodate her again. At that point, I had enough. I said I wouldn't be able to come since I wasn't willing to spend more money on an Uber or take a long train ride home alone at night. I ended up making separate plans with the birthday girl to celebrate another day, which she was fine with. But later, another friend texted me asking me, saying I should have tried to come since it was someone's birthday. Even though for my birthday, I'm always the one adjusting everything to make it convenient for everyone else. No one seems to consider how much effort, cost, and risk it takes for me to attend these things. It feels like I'm the only one expected to compromise all the time, and I'm tired of being guilted for setting a boundary when I've already voiced my concerns. So, am I the asshole for skipping the group birthday?
What do you think, Vic?
I don't think they're the asshole for skipping the birthday, but I think all this shit about your long drive and Uber and late at night and they don't have a car, none of that is my problem. I'm sorry. If you move away from all of us, it's like, what are we supposed to get dinner at 5? We gotta get the early bird special now because you want to go home by 7? Come on, dude. What the fuck?
Well, what if being out at 5 turns into her leaving at 9, whereas being out at 7 turns into her leaving at 11?
I mean, that sucks, dude. But yeah, she can
She's
do
not the
brunch.
asshole. Do you know
She's
who is
not.
the asshole? The person that thinks that they have a right to say anything. Like, that's the person that's the asshole because she already set something up with the person whose actual birthday
Yeah.
it was. Like, problem solved. And also, like, if she needs to leave early and she's willing to come out and then just leave early, that's her prerogative. And if she doesn't want to come, that's also her prerogative. And if you have a friendship that's contingent on she didn't come last Friday to somebody else's birthday, even though, like, that's outros, bro. Her friend is the asshole. That person that held her accountable or tried to hold her accountable to missing a birthday she should have tried
Yeah.
to make it. Fuck
Mhm.
her. She's the asshole.
Yeah, I don't like that they said you should have done this. Like, wow, that's wrong. I don't think she's an asshole, but I think it's also like, all right, well, do what you can, but we're not always all gonna schedule early, What are you gonna say, Mark? What do you think?
It's interesting because the person who texted her wasn't the one who always pushes it to be later. It was somebody else.
Hmm.
So when the person said you should have tried to come, it wasn't the friend that was always pushing it to be later.
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting. I think the person I think the person who wrote this is an asshole. I really
Really?
think I think so because
Yeah, I'm less with them than against them. But go ahead.
That is so interesting. Tell
I
me
think
more.
I think it is because here's the thing. It's like you have made it a point like, hey, you can only come out on birthdays, and you've tried to push like, hey, like we wanted to do it earlier, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. But here's the thing that she mentions earlier, which is like, two of my friends are generally thoughtful and try to plan meetups at midpoint since I live further away than everybody else. Midpoint, but even then, the commute is still significantly longer for me. So the midpoint is like it's still about your commute time. It's still about this, and it's like it'd be one thing if every Friday night we're hanging out, we're having girls' night, and we're all doing this. But if it's for someone's birthday and it's later, it's like stay at your friend's place. Say, hey, can I stay with you? Or just eat the $50, $60, or just tell them like, hey, I can't afford it. Can we all chip in for my Uber ride home? She's made no effort to try to stay out later. She just wants to go home early because I'm convinced she doesn't want to stay out late.
She could be just boring. Yeah, she wants to leave early, dude. She's not trying to be
That's
out.
okay.
Go ahead.
Like
Yeah,
that.
go ahead.
What's wrong with that? There's
nothing
nothing
wrong-
wrong with that.
But
That's
she's
the reason
masking
that
it.
I say she's not the asshole is because it would be me. I would do that. I would go and I'd be like, dude, I really love you. I appreciate you, but I cannot be out until fucking 11 p.m. by myself and then Ubering back by myself from like fucking Hollywood. I'm good, dude. I'm gonna get murdered. So I love you. Can I take you out to dinner? I don't have to be there with the rest of the folks. You guys are gonna be fine without me. Like, can I take you out to dinner by my and then
Yeah.
yeah, fuck yeah. I'll give them like that's exactly the situation that happened.
But I don't think you would be upset that they don't want to hang out at 5, like that they want to do their own thing together because they're all nearby and they're planning for their birthday. You'd be like, hey, let's do our own thing. You guys do what you want to do, like, because I can't make it. Like, it's not reasonable, right? So I think that's where I switch with this person is that it's fine if they don't want to
But
show
she did
up.
say that.
Isn't the whole
She
thing
said-
that they want to meet earlier and that it's not working out because she wants
Oh,
to meet at
I
5?
thought is she the asshole because she's gonna not go because she rescheduled? 'Cause
No,
isn't
that's
that what she
fine.
said?
She's not an
like,
asshole.
she's not a hassle for like taking a friend out. I think in the grand scheme of things, her being like pushing back all the time, it's like you don't want to hang out. Like at that point, why don't you just say come to me? Like
No, it's different. She doesn't want to be out late, and that's okay.
she doesn't want to be out late,
Yes.
go into them.
No.
But what if they were to come to her? Would she
No.
be out late anyway?
Probably not.
Then that's what it should be. That's what the whole thing should like. She doesn't want to be home she wants to be home
Mark,
early
call
because
her
she
right
doesn't be sick.
now. Call
Okay.
her right now. I need an answer. I need to know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We need more information with all these because I
Yeah.
feel like I need to just have a conversation with this person and say, yeah, you can stay home. That's fine if it doesn't work for you. But, you
Or
know,
why
when you
don't you
move
email
away,
us? Email us your story, whoever this is,
Yeah.
to liveandtalkinla at gmail.com. Give us the deets. Give us the juice. Or make your own up. I want to know. I'll read it
Yeah.
on live.
I want in because I think she just doesn't want to hang out with them. I think she's just like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't
Be
know, man.
real.
She needs to get a
I
car.
need more
bro.
information.
She needs
She
to get a
needs to-
car.
Why she
But-
doesn't have a car is
But
one
here,
thing.
like,
Yeah,
that's
like-
the interesting
You
part of
can't
this,
drink
right?
and drive.
When someone is telling their side of the story, it's completely one-sided, and even then, they've omitted things from this that make it kind of unclear. That's why I think she's the asshole. Because if I'm telling a super one-sided story, I'm telling a one-sided story that makes me look great.
Well, that's Reddit in a
But-
nutshell for you, dude. It's always like that.
Did you find this on Reddit?
This is on Reddit, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the
Well,
subreddits.
there you
is
go,
Am I the
dude.
asshole? There's a million. Of these.
Actually, this isn't even real. Somebody just made this up to start problems, and you fell into their trap.
Probably. You wasted all our time.
Good.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, she did also say it was last minute planning.
So, like,
last
what's the
minute.
deal? This person should know that it's like sometimes you just can't make it to things. Like, why are you kicking yourself in the ass and then making a whole post about it on Reddit? You're thinking about it too much. That's what I would tell them.
Dude,
33-year-old me, you're overthinking it.
The chat has it. Those should be conversations that should be had in between birthdays. Okay? And if you're getting to the birthday and you haven't had that conversation, you have bigger problems.
Yeah. Can't make it.
That's why I think she's the asshole, dude. You can't even tell your side of the story right.
I still don't think she's the asshole, but I need more. Bring her on. Bring her on. Bring her on.
We should
Yeah.
reply to her and say, hey, we want to have you on our podcast because you can
Yeah.
write back to this person.
We
They
need more.
could. Mhm.
We need more.
That would be actually pretty funny.
That'd be pretty good. Like,
Started to live and talk in LA Reddit.
dude, we like imagine us having our own Reddit. That'd be cool. Actually, that'd be like really terrible. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awful.
You got to have a lot of people in there talking, or else it just looks like, oh, this is the same post from 2 weeks ago. Sweet. You know, it's going to have
No,
some
happy.
buzz.
By the way, happy Pride Month, guys. We went 50 minutes without talking about Pride.
Yeah.
Dude, happy Pride. It's June.
What terrible allies we are, huh?
I mean, we're still mentioning it. Better late than never, my friend.
I guess so. If you celebrate Pride, then I mean, like, we just want to jump into the corporate conglomerate like Target and Walmart and Best Buy and just say like, hey, man, be you.
Are you not celebrating Pride?
I mean, I celebrate Pride every day.
I'm
Yeah,
celebrating
you
in my
do.
own way.
Yeah. How do they? What I mean, like, do you guys go to Pride? Like the like Pride
No.
parade?
The parade? No.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. That's too much over there. Can't do it.
Yeah. No.
Nah, that's like
It's very
that-
loud.
Yeah.
don't
It's a
do
lot
those
of
kinds of-
energy.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of
It's kind of
auditory,
it's super
visual
it's super
stimulation.
zesty. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, have you guys been to party in West Hollywood? That shit's a fucking
West Hollywood's pretty
Why?
fun, actually.
West Hollywood is fun, man.
Yeah.
Where is that? What's there?
West Hollywood
Rocco's
is-
Tavern. That's where I was.
Mhm.
It's a different kind of Rocco's. I've been to 3 different Rocco's. The one in West Hollywood, remarkably different.
I don't know. Like,
It's pretty gay.
I remember. Is it super
It's
gay?
cool.
'Cause- all right,
Kinda.
so me and me and Javi were hanging out, and he's like, "Hey man, like we're in Highland Park. We're in Highland Park, and we're drinking and we're drunk." And he's like, "You know, West Hollywood, they don't close till 4 a.m."
Yeah.
And I was like, and then like my body is trained for last call. Like
Javi's
my
crazy.
body shuts down at 1:30. It's like I hear closing time. I get a little tired, but my dude is pumped. I'm like, all right, let's fucking go to West Hollywood.
Oh
And
god.
we go into West Hollywood, and the caveat here is like only 3 bars are the ones that are open till 4 a.m. Not all of West Hollywood, like or Boys Town even. It's just 3 bars. So like we kind of have to commit to one bar, and it's like it's one of the gayer ones. Like it's like super jacked speedo go-go dancers, and
Nice.
you're like,
Mm.
all right,
You were
dude,
having the time of your life,
so
dude. I bet.
I was like, I'm committed. We came here all the way from cross town. We're gonna drink and we're gonna party in Boys Town, and it was a dope ass time, and we partied till 4 a.m.
Dude,
Wow.
you're insane.
That's a
I'm
lot.
you know what I'm doing? I'm
Mhm.
getting in my Uber to go home at like 9 p.m. like that girl.
You guys are so inconsiderate, and you
And
don't
then
even
I'll get
know.
home by the time you get home at like 4 in the morning.
First of all, like,
Yeah,
here this is another reason why it was such a because like okay, 4 a.m. was close time, right?
that's so
Last
late.
call is like 3:30, like they kick you out at 3:30 and go. From West Hollywood to get home by an Uber was $120. It
You
was
just
like
have to stay till the
it
morning,
was
dude.
surge pricing. It was veiny surge pricing, like just bricked up surge. Uh,
That's
surge.
bad.
rock
Nobody's
solid,
around.
yeah.
Who's driving people around at that hour,
People trying to make $120 on a ride. That's what it was.
Honestly, I
I
might just start
guess.
getting up early, dude, and
And
going to West
yeah,
Hollywood.
this
Just
is
Uber for like an hour a day.
this is the
Sure you get puke bags, bro.
this is me celebrating Pride, telling you the story because we had a great time hanging out with these gay guys, and we're like, we're in. We left, and me and I were like, maybe we should just walk up and see, like, if you leave the hot zone, maybe surge pricing will drop down. And this is the privilege of being a guy, and like Evelyn would
I
have
would
never done
never.
this.
No.
We
I would have
walked up.
paid the Uber.
There was a trolley, and we're like, we don't know what's going to come first, the trolley or the bus to downtown LA. And like whatever we'll take first, because if we take the trolley, it'll drop us off in the border of West, like kind of towards East Hollywood. We go to downtown LA, at least it's central, we can go home. The downtown LA bus came. It's 3:30 in the morning. We took the bus. We were so drunk we fell asleep, and we woke up at the end of the route. And I
They
was
don't
like,
like say anything. They just let you sit there, I guess, sleeping.
no,
Huh?
the bus driver was like, it's time to get off. And like we wake up drunk, you're like, where am I? What's going on? And you're in Skid Row essentially. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
no! Fuck.
So happy
By the
Pride
red
Month,
line.
everybody.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Happy Pride, you guys.
I have a
We had
pride
to-
story.
What's
Yeah,
your
tell your
story?
It's a quickie. Today is actually today, just a few hours ago. This guy. So I have I work near a printer, like a printer machine, and I had to do a color test on it, and it printed out this full page of all the different colors, every color as a cube or a square on this sheet, and I thought it looked really cool. So I just took it and I slapped it on my desk on my little cubicle because I thought it looked cool. I have a Doom pizza box. I have a picture, just like whatever I can get my hands on at work. I just put it there. And so today, this guy's sitting near my desk, and he's like, "Hey, what is that thing?" And I said, "Oh, it's for Pride." And he's like, "Wow, really? That's cool." I said, "Nah, it's just like a printer thing, printer test." But that was like me doing, I thought in the moment, I thought, you know what, it's June. I should say this is a Pride thing. So now I'm just gonna run with that and say Happy Pride and keep it on my desk. So now I'm an
Dude.
ally.
Now I want to go print off a bunch of printer practice
You should.
papers.
I'll send you a picture. It actually looks pretty cool.
Send me the steps, bro.
What's
Yeah.
Quit playing.
What's your Pride story, Evelyn?
Hey, what do you got?
I was trying to think of one the entire time that you guys were talking, and I think a consequence of going to a women's liberal arts college is that like it all just blurs together. Like you're just like women all the time, especially potentially lesbian or bisexual women on this campus. I don't know. I think my best Pride stories are just people being like normal relationships in Pride. I love watching them crash and burn and then come back together, and then it's like, dude, these are stories that you're going to tell about your college career. Like I love that for me, but that doesn't help you guys at all. I'm sure you guys just wanted to hear about women at college.
You've been
Yeah.
sick this month too, though, so I give you a pass.
My brain's not at 100.
You've been
Honestly, you're lucky
so
I'm
under the
here.
weather. It's only been 4 days.
Did you participate in lesbian arm wrestling? Because that's a big thing in our community.
Good question.
In your school.
I will say I never saw a lesbian arm wrestle. Sadly, I remember vividly walking into my friend's room who is lesbian and seeing the entire series of Game of Thrones on their bookshelf and going, somebody actually read Game of Thrones? And she was like, yeah, I love it. And that's very vivid in my memory. So lesbians for Game of Thrones.
Did you ever see any women arm wrestling there while you were there?
Never.
Because I was gonna
Leg
say, I mean,
wrestling.
they
Yeah.
could have.
Yes.
Well,
Leg wrestling. Yes.
Yeah.
oh
Different kind
yeah.
of leg wrestling. I heard that's actually kind of a myth.
You
That doesn't
saw
really
that?
happen. No, I did not see that. I saw literal leg wrestling. Like
Oh,
the same thing you would
Mm.
do with your siblings.
I
for
thought
your
you meant
leg.
like.
Yeah.
No, that's not really that much of a thing, is what I've come to learn.
Yeah. Well, for science, we're gonna have to find out.
Yeah.
I got so drunk
For
once.
science?
Yeah. I got so drunk once. My blind date ordered me an Uber Black home, and I woke up with a $75 Uber bill. And that's when I told myself, never get drunk on blind dates ever again. If you don't
Yeah.
get drunk on blind dates, when would you ever get drunk? So
I'd say he got off easy.
yeah,
That woman could have taken his kidney or something. He was blacked out.
It's fine. Oh, I have another good pride story.
Hit it.
So, my old coworkers, one of them was gay, and they wanted to go to this very specific gay bar, and it was like leather night. It was like daddy leather night, and I was like, I'm always down for like a gay bar. I'm like, let's go. This is actually one of the most offensive places I've ever been in my life, because they were projecting gay porn on the walls.
Whoa.
And I was like, all right, dude, I get it. You're about this life. This is a bit much. Like, let's kind of dial it back. So I had to go out. I was like, let's go drink somewhere else in the bar. Like, there were rooms, right? And I used to work at Starbucks. And there was this one guy I used to work with, and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, like, just a regular ass dude. And I saw him at the gay bar, and I'm like, hey, man, what the hell's going on? What's going on with you? And he's like, nothing, Mark. I'm just hanging out. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You're here, man. And he's like, there's something about like being gay. And he's like, oh, so you're here too, huh? I'm like, oh, I'm just with my friends. And I turned around and my friends weren't there. They were like, they were
Oh
gone.
shit.
And he was
It's like a
he-
scene in a movie, dude.
yeah, and he was like,
Okay.
oh yeah, sure, buddy. Like
Sure,
you're
dude.
with your friend. I'm like, no, it's cool. And he's like, yeah, sure, Mark. And then he just kind of like
He wanted to
walked
fuck,
up.
dude.
And I was like, all right, like this dude thought I was kind of like trying to be like in the closet. I was like, just denying my true self, right? Fast forward to like outside the patio, they had go-go dancers and like those like, above ground pools, like those individual above ground pools. And if you give them a voucher ticket, they'll pour a shot down you. Like, like open your mouth because they're above you. And then they'll pour a shot
Oh,
down.
yeah,
Down
yeah,
their
yeah.
bodies or something? Like down
No,
there.
just like not down
They
their
just
bodies.
pour you a
Okay.
shot
I
while
thought
they're
it was
hanging
like
over you.
yeah.
And my party wasn't like it was one gay dude, bunch of chicks, and 3 of the chicks weren't drinkers. I was drunk. I was like, bitch, give me your tickets because I want shots. So I'm just doing the shots, and then I turn to the corner of my eye and I see that guy from Starbucks looking at me, and he's like, "How dare you? You don't even want to like be your true self." I was like, "No, dude, it's cool. I'm just trying to get drunk and
I'm just
this
having
ripped-ass
fun.
guy- this
Do you
ripped
know?
ass guy."
I fucking got it. Do you know what my favorite Pride story is?
What is
Mark
it?
actually coming out to us during Pride Month just now. That's
Dude,
my
there it
favorite.
is.
That's my favorite Pride story. But
Yeah. Speaking of let's say from Pride, wrap it up. Are we all getting not Sabrina Carpenter's? I wish. Sydney Sweeney's bathwater.
ooh, Sabrina. Now you know who's next.
I'm trying,
They're gonna
dude.
start on that.
I'm trying. It's pretty high stakes out there, man. Seems hard to get.
Dude, did they talk about the process for that? Like that's what what did she just like dip a toe in? Did she like scrub in it? Like what did she do in this water?
I don't know if they wrote out the process, but I think that she would be pretty relatively clean, and she just kind of sloshes around in some water for a bit, some soapy water, and they take that essence. Because then again, if she was really dirty and she took a bath, they could probably sell it for more. So I actually don't know. People on the internet are crazy.
I thought it was a prank. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, it's one of those TikTok things. Like TikTok tends to do this thing where they sell you like a fake story and you think it's really real and then it's not at all. You just have to Google it. I thought it was that, but I could not believe this.
They know what people want.
Dude, I fucking love this. I'm looking at the website right now. It's Sydney's Bathwater Bliss. It's $8. Fuck it, we're all getting it. A perfect combination of the 2 best places on the planet, the outdoors and Sydney Sweeney's bathtub. Experience the ultimate blend of outdoor serenity with refreshing notes of pine, Douglas fir, earthy moss, and a touch of Sydney's very own bath water. And it says right over here, it smells like morning wood. Grit level is medium, and it's featuring Sydney's bathwater. And then if you look down on the website, it says formulated for men.
So if you get one, you have to give it to us.
Actually, I have a Dr. Squash like right on my counter right now that's formulated for men. It's not that one.
It comes out June 6th, so we can start ordering June 6th.
So they said they're only making like a limited press though. It's only like 5,000 bars or something.
Third Eye Portal with the tea. She did a commercial for them where she was in a bathtub, and everyone in the comments was asking how to buy the bath water. So then they decided they were going to capitalize on it and made it into a soap. So that's why they have a limited supply, because they just pulled her commercial bath water. Oh my God.
I mean, she can take an unlimited amount of baths. Like they can produce billions of gallons of this stuff if they wanted to. Thing is, though, yeah, I mean, if that was her bathwater, that's like you could get a little bit of boob sweat in there, dude. I think it's a good deal. We should try.
Dude, what if it's what
only
Ollie
$8.
Boy said? What if it's fart water?
I'll take it.
Fucking pour that on my
Yeah.
head, dude.
You guys are disgusting, dude.
I'm
You
like,
guys
Fart
are
water?
sick.
Can we
I'm
make
like-
it
I'm
into
like-
bottled water instead? Because
yeah.
it's got farts in
I'm-
there. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be like that girl from Flashdance, so I will sit in a chair and just pull the water and just.
I'm like, where the ladies at? Do ladies want Sydney Sweeney's soap? I feel like they might. I feel like they might want it. I feel like
Why not? Yeah, like you don't want it. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Your roommate that had Game of Thrones probably like is in line with me and her. We're waiting in line.
Oh, dude, she beat you out probably. She loved a
That's
good blonde.
I mean, it's the season of Labubu is over, as far as I'm concerned. If Sydney Sweeney can do this, she's overtaking Labubus.
Yeah, I don't know if they didn't really respond to the joke comment that I left on there because I'm, not serious or whatever. But if they gave it to me, I would take it. I'm getting no traction with Dr. Squanch, so we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah, let us know.
See, let it be known, like, K-Fred in the chat, I literally got a notification for Sydney Sweeney soap. The microphones are listening. This could be your ad, guys. Advertising, like, this could be it. I feel
Resale
like that-
value. That's true.
Yeah, that is
Hey,
gonna be
But
crazy.
then I can't
Wait,
rub it
it's
all over
only
my
$8?
body. Like, I don't know.
Wait, how many are in this limited supply?
It's like a few thousand.
They'll sell it. It'll be
I'm buying
fine.
it, dude. I'm getting in line.
If I can get a bar for $8, I'm gonna try and get one. Yeah.
Okay. What time do we know what time it launches? Does anyone have that
I think it's like
information?
online. I don't even think you can get it in line. I think you have to do it on a website.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it's
like,
already. Is it
it's
already
going to-
out?
It's going to launch, and
I
you're
can't.
going
I'm
to have
not
to.
googling that.
I'm
dude.
gonna set
not
my
putting on
VPN
research.
to New York so I can get 3 hours ahead, and I'll try to buy it at like 3 in the morning or something. Right?
It'll
Yeah,
all
like-
be the same anyway, dude.
Third Eye
They're not
Portal. In
gonna
your
tier it.
expert opinion, how much do you think I could flip one of these soap bars for if I were to get one? It's $8. Limited
Or if we
dish.
were to get 3.
Should we keep it like the original Pokemon 151 cards and just keep it unopened? And you could get like
Dude.
$1 million for it later. I don't know.
Nah, dude. It's. Like, I'm kind of the guy. When I get the sneakers, I'm wearing the sneakers.
Mark's gonna eat it. Yeah, he
Yeah.
can't help it.
I'm just gonna like leave it in the box untouched and stare at it from time to time, going, "That's bizarre that was that one time she was in that bathtub."
That's
I don't know,
awesome.
man. I think it's dope.
I don't know, dude. I'm just hearing that I need to sell more creative shit like bath water. I don't have a bathtub, but I'm gonna find my way into this industry.
Yeah, I don't like baths. But
Didn't you throw up this morning? You can just use your vomit.
oh,
Dude.
dude.
Would you guys buy my
Come on,
vomit?
dude. No,
How much?
dude. No one
Dude,
wants that.
immediate resale, probably 150. That's sick. Not for my vomit, excuse me, for
Probably.
the soap. That's crazy.
No,
Maybe
dude. I'm using.
more. I don't know.
Well, it's $8. Yeah, I mean, it's $8. So like, I feel like $150 flip is gonna be the most you can get for it.
But there's only there's only a handful of them, and like
Yeah, but like it's you can't mark up something from $8 to like 10,000. It's not gonna work out. And it,
I don't know,
This is
dude.
crazy.
You're gonna scrub it on your no-no zones and then
Dude,
resell.
this
I'm gonna try.
is gonna become a thing. They're gonna start like selling celebrity bathwaters. Like it's gonna be insane. I can feel it coming.
Who's
I
next?
get
Whose
the
bath water
bars-
do you want?
our next To Live and Talk in LA reel on Instagram will be me showering with it.
That's definitely not the one that they want.
Not
Mark.
so-
They want Vic, obviously. No, I'm just
Yeah.
Fuck it, dude. Watch me hit those no zones.
Yeah. Next reel, I think I'm gonna just put out there. Who wants to make the reel where like you go up to someone and say, "Hey, I need to use my phone for an emergency," and then just get the phone and download our podcast?
That's a
That's
good
what
idea.
Yeah. Like, hey, I lost my phone. Someone stole it. Can I get your phone to call my mom and then just download the podcast?
Because even if they see you doing some random shit on their phone, they're like, "Hey, what's this guy doing?" They run over there. Like, they're not gonna check their podcast like subscriptions. You know, they're gonna go look at their text or their bank. Like, they'll never know. It is like an
I can't do
untraceable
it.
crime.
I don't
No,
know
that-
how to do it on an iPhone. I can't.
You have to,
No, just-
dude.
We'll,
Spotify.
we'll film
Unless
the reel.
I'll find an Android user and I'll
Yeah.
swipe that hoe if it's unlocked.
Yeah, you could do it.
We can
I do it
stage
for people.
Let's stage it. Let's have someone record you, Evelyn, do it.
No shit. At work, when people hand me their phone for tech issues, I just follow the pod down. I don't give a fuck, dude. Takes 2 seconds.
Dude,
I just do it.
dude.
So what?
Get us out there, you guys. Go
Yeah.
follow us on your friends and strangers.
Go follow us on your parents' phones.
Mhm.
Next time you see
Yeah.
mom
That's a
and
good
dad,
one.
because you've got two
Just
of
start
them.
getting random notifications. What is that?
If
Yeah, 'cause you
everybody
know what
just
you-
follows their parents, we're gonna spike in followers. That's great.
Well, I think that's a good place to end for Pillow Talk. Who wants to take us out, guys?
I guess I'll take us out.
Yeah,
You
because you'll be here
guys,
next week.
I'm not
yeah.
coming next week.
Oh.
Good luck. It's a solo week with the bros, but we are To Live and Talk in LA. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok occasionally. You can find us in all of the places, but you know, we are To Live and Talk in LA, mostly here Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Or if you're streaming us or downloading our episode, we're up Thursday mornings. Catch us for Pillow Talk. Come join us live.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Dang, you
That
missed the good horns.
another one.
Well, it's actually about to end. Yeah, the song. It's a shorter version of it because it's the outro.
Some man time. Graffy, you better watch yourself. What do you mean?
No, you know it's the shirtless pod.
Yeah. I had something in the chat. I don't know. Do we get political in the chat in Bible? Do we get political on this podcast?
Try to keep pretty light, but I mean we
We
can.
keep it light.
We
How
could.
about Trojan horse political? Did you guys see Ukraine's covert operation?
No, tell me about it.
with the drones?
With the drones, yeah. So they had this like situation that they planned for like a year and a half where they hid a bunch of drones in like these trailers underneath like supplies for homes or something like that. And then they basically bombed or like killed a bunch of their bombing like equipment or something
The
like
bombers, their
30%,
planes.
34% or something like that of their bombers, which was like wild through these drones. And now it's like the modern Trojan horse, bro. Like they didn't know it was there. But if you're Russia, you can only imagine thinking, oh my gosh, that was just a couple of shipping containers. What about every other shipping container in our country right now?
Drones are crazy.
Yeah.
Drones are extremely scary, dude. Like drones are extremely scary because I see in the chat Free Palestine. Yeah. But like when I see there was the drones of King Kong in New York. Have you seen that one where like the drones recreated King Kong climbing in the Empire State Building?
I heard, but I never saw. Was
Oh
it
my
good?
god, dude. It's scary, bro. It's like imagine being from the 1940s and seeing that, you'd shit yourself. You literally were like, I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, the world is ending. It would. I don't know, Victor, if you have the video of it.
I'm
You
looking
have
at it on my computer.
It's
I'm pulling
crazy.
this up. Oh
Should
wow.
should I throw it up for the?
Put it up in the Put it up.
Wait, that's crazy.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
god, I got chills.
Dude. If
That's messed up. The layout's messed up. I can't do it right now.
yeah, okay.
Google it though, guys. It's pretty cool.
You guys go look it up. Go look it up. But
Bro,
on a
it is
separate tab.
crazy.
I'll put a link, but you have to open it in a separate tab. Yeah.
They look like kids' toys. They were small drones. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't, and then why has Disney adopted drones yet?
Disney?
For like their
Like, do they still
shows.
do their fireworks show?
Hmm. I think they use drones to some degree, but not like that.
I'm curious when they're gonna go in that direction because I feel like organically that must be what's next.
Seems like the Chinese have the best drones. I feel like every time I see crazy drone stuff, it's always the Chinese. They got a
Or
lot of
Japanese.
drones.
Like I've seen some cool Pokemon drone stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, a lot of this 3D stuff's pretty cool.
Oh, in Paris, Disney does drone shows
Hmm.
instead of fireworks. That's cool.
It's
Yeah, I'm
because
not
there's
surprised.
already too much smoke in the air with all them smoking cigarettes in Paris.
Did you hear about their new laws?
Oh, I did actually hear that. this morning.
Dude,
What?
they're not gonna be allowed to smoke in like public spaces anymore or something in Paris, which
Oh,
is
they're gonna
like
burn the whole fucking city down, dude. The French don't give a
literally
shit.
somebody commented like, "What the fuck are they gonna do? That's their only personality trait, smoking." I was
Yeah,
like,
what's
"Oh my
next?
God."
Bread? Then what are they gonna do?
Baguettes.
But see, like I never understood like they're banning it like at the beach, and it's like you're outdoors. Why can't you smoke outdoors? Like especially in France. Like what's going on here, guys? It's totally fine.
Are you still off your cigs, Luke?
Yeah, but like it's like if people want to smoke, it's like people want to smoke. Like what's the big deal? I remember I'm getting to the point where I remember back in the Disney days when they had the smoking section. And like it was like the box of shame
Yeah.
because you could have a cigarette and then people would walk by and they would all just go, And it's like, dude, fuck off, bro. You know there's a smoking section, but you came here and Disney strategically put us in this like we're essentially the caged animals because you see people pointing like, you see that? Don't let that be you. And they're like
Look how bad their skin is.
yeah, this person's in the like pushing her oxygen tank, like driving around. It's like that was like the box of shame for a minute. Now it's gone.
I don't really care if people smoke because there's not very many of them. I think if it was like everybody was, I'd be like, this kind of sucks. But like, I only see like 10 people a day smoking cigarettes, and they're always like at the end of the parking lot or whatever. So I don't really care.
I don't know if it's a consequence of being a women's college or if it's just a consequence of being in college.
Mhm.
But I remember I knew a crazy amount of like an irrational amount of people that smoke cigarettes in
Cool.
college. Like I felt like growing up it wasn't really like, the dads or the uncles that smoked the
Mhm.
cigarettes or that
Yeah.
one kid that we all just knew was gonna end up smoking cigarettes, maybe his friend. But like these are just in the masses, these women
All my friends
are
smoke cigarettes
smoking
in college.
cigarettes.
Pretty
It's a
much.
college thing.
I think so. Like you're like everybody's pretending to be tired because they have finals or whatever, and everybody's working at the mall, and it's like it's intense at the time. I think you start smoking.
I wish smoking was good for you. It's one of
That'd
the
be
coolest
cool.
things, man. It's like again, I mentioned this before, like watching Lucille Ball smoke. It looks so elegant and classy when they smoke.
Dude, they had a different thing going on. When Ricky Ricardo was hitting his cigarette, it was like, it was swagalicious.
Yeah, he's handsome
He's
and he's
pretty
in a
cool.
suit smoking. Now you just see people in wife beaters and jorts smoking. You're like, ugh, like the dynamic of smoking has changed.
I'm trying to think of people that I know now that smoke cigarettes, and it's not very many.
I know like 5. Yeah, it's pretty limited. Oh, 6. Geppetto smokes. I didn't know that. Okay, now it's 6.
Yeah.
Did you smoke while you poo? That's a great question. I'm disgusted at your smile right now.
No, that's
He would if he could.
No, they,
I don't like doing
that's-
things while I'm.
yeah, it's like I don't know.
I
Have you ever
require
had
focus.
like having a smoke while showering is something, and
How do you
having
do that?
That seems really hard.
just hand
you-
over
You need like a
to-
rack.
yeah.
You're like,
Because in Vegas, actually, I don't think in Vegas you can get smoking rooms anymore. Last time we tried to get one, we couldn't get one. Like they don't exist anymore.
So where are you supposed to? You go down to the casino, huh?
You have to go to the casino to smoke.
In your fucking slides, like that sucks, dude. Don't make me do that.
ah.
The whole point of me going to Vegas was to smoke indoors. and you
Everywhere,
took-
yeah. What the
You
hell?
took that away from me. And it's like,
Dude,
that
that's like
sucks.
going to freaking Paris, and now you can't.
See, that's why he never quit. Yeah, quitting's for quitters, bro. Like,
Get your shit
smoking-
together, dude.
Get it together, dude.
Start smoking
don't know.
again.
Jakaya,
No.
what do you smoke? I'm curious as to what people smoke.
I like wondering. I always wonder that too. What are your
Wow.
opinions of people's what they smoke, Mark? Do you have preset opinions?
Um, yes and no.
I
Yes.
do. I do. I'll say it. I don't care.
You know, it because it made me think of a story too. But like I think if I think a lot of people smoke lights, and I don't like light cigarettes. I never liked
No.
light cigarettes.
I shake
It's
my
like-
head.
It's like if I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, give me the full fucking
Just fucking do
force
it.
and let it rip.
Yeah.
Let it rip. So
What's the
light cigarettes,
difference?
It's
Is
like
it
Diet
like a
Coke.
half ratio or something like that?
you gotta drag extra hard, so there's not as much smoke coming out, and it's a light cigarette.
Okay.
What about when somebody
Yeah.
smokes Reds? When they smoke Reds, I go, "Okay, dude." That's what I say every time. Okay, dude. Sorry.
What does that mean? What does Reds mean?
It's like
Marlboro
the
Reds,
cowboy
you-
cigarette.
I think
Yeah.
my dad used to smoke Marlboro Reds. Check it
They're
out.
terrible. I mean, whatever.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's empty.
That's Reds. Yeah,
We
that's
talked
those are
about
them.
this, I think.
No, we
These
did
are
not.
Reds.
This is
No, we
new.
didn't.
I've seen that before, but I forgot.
I told you that. Oh, it's some weird, freaky witch story stuff. I'll bring it back. Continue.
I think if you have Marlboro Reds, you're Korean.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Koreans-
sometimes.
Koreans smoke Marlboro Reds.
I
What's
just
a
think you
good-
got something to
what's-
prove.
What else is out there? You got Reds. What else?
The
There's
number one
Ameri-
answer? What's the number one answer, Mark? I think we all
Like,
know.
What's the best cigarette?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Camels.
It's
I was
27.
like, is it Camel?
No.
Oh,
I say Camel Turkish Royals. You think Marlboro 27s are the
Yeah.
best?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't even know what those are.
Cools. What are they called? Is it Cools?
Yeah, the menthol cigarettes.
The
Evelyn,
blue
yeah.
ones. The
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Cools
yeah,
are-
yeah.
the
I said
smooth-
menthols. I
Smooth
said
are pretty
menthols.
pretty cool too.
I think it's acceptable.
Menthols are kind of cool, like no pun intended. But like, because you know what I always wanted to do for a minute, but it got too expensive. Was like I always got sick of people bumming cigarettes off me. They'd always do that shit. Like, hey, can I bum one? And I always wanted to get a shitty pack of cigarettes. So like, if anyone asked me to bum it, I'd give them the shitty pack, and I give them one from that.
What's the shitty pack, dude?
Something you get for like $2 and change?
We don't even know those brand names.
Yeah, I don't know.
we don't like no, like it's yeah.
Oh, how do you feel? Okay, we have some new contenders.
Mm.
Newports and American Spirit.
American Spirits are really good, like really good. They're
Yeah.
additive free. And I say additive because
Who
people will think
cares?
it says addictive free.
Yeah. no.
Um,
They'll still.
but like when it's additive free, Evelyn, like a 5-minute cigarette will turn into a 13-minute cigarette with American Spirits.
13?
And I-
No, dude. That's like a 15 to 20 minute smoke, I feel like. Those shits last forever.
Because like
Dude.
when I worked at Starbucks, like a 10-minute break was 10 minutes. So it's like because you'd have to take a 10-minute break, but you'd have to be back. And if I smoked an American Spirit, it took too long. So I switched to Camel Turkish Royals because of that. I was like, all right, fuck it. If I'm going to smoke, I'll just get something faster. And that's how I switched brands. But American Spirits are pretty good.
So where do Newports fall in this?
They're
That's
menthols, right?
those are not. I'm not.
We don't talk about Newports.
Newports. I mean, they're fine. They're menthols. Yeah. I don't really know anybody that's ever smoked Newports. I feel like actually, they just would randomly have them.
So how about
It's
where does the
they're more
vaping-
urban cigarettes.
where does vaping fall? Do we like it more than Newports?
Vaping is
Nothing beats the real thing, but it is a better solution, I think. Mark,
vaping is kind of like it's kind of like being blown by a guy.
yeah,
They both
see.
feel good until you they
Here,
both feel-
here.
they both feel good till you realize you're gay.
that's a good way to put it. I was gonna say it's like Coke Zero or something, where it's like,
Yeah.
it's better, but it's kind of shit, But I think his thing is really more apt.
The problem with vaping though is because it's pure intake on nicotine, and that's nicotine's what gets you addicted to smoking. So
Mhm.
depending on what kind of vape you're smoking, you
You
can
get way
intake
more nicotine than
you can
cigarettes.
way
Yeah.
more nicotine in the cigarette, and then all of a sudden your body's coming down these withdrawals because
Uh,
there's no filter or anything like that. So
yeah.
you start ripping too high nicotine.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the disposables are significantly higher. Like the ones that those dudes carry, the big fat battery ones, are usually less nicotine than a like random like what are those little ones called that everybody had? Anyway, just a random typical disposable vape. They're like super high nic content, even compared
I
to
keep
other
seeing
vapes.
that people get like a lung or something or like a collapsed lung or whatever, popcorn lung from like doing all this vaping situation. But
Oh, that sounds bad.
oh,
Yeah.
see, people get mad lung problems from them. I'm not tripping, but
Well,
wow. Okay, so now I
we're all
have a
gonna die.
hierarchy. If I ever decide that I need to take up another bad habit before Lent so that I can give
Mhm.
it up, I guess I'll go with what did we agree on? Camels or Marlboro 27? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Nobody in the chat said either of those, so I think we're all different. Nobody
I guess
said
I'll have to
any of
try
the
them
stuff we said.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like a buffet. We'll get you one of each, a sample. No, it'll be like a sampler,
that
right?
would
Like
actually be
the
awesome.
appetizer. Yeah.
I wish they did that, like one of everything, just to see.
Mhm.
You know, that's really what they should be doing.
Dude,
They
you're
don't want to
tapping
collab.
into a business plan right
Mhm.
now where you can be that person
Buy
that
these
makes that
open
collab pack.
cigarettes.
Yeah. I'm like, my hands are all shaking and jonesy, and I'm like, ooh, that sounds really good.
He's like, yeah, I need it now.
I mean, honestly, Evelyn, what are your bad habits?
My bad habits are fast food. Fast food is my number one bad habit right now.
Same.
Dehydration is my second bad habit. And when you have those two, that's like enough.
Dude, I've been staying hydrated, and like yesterday,
How do you
so
do that? What do you do to stay hydrated?
I drink a shit ton of water. Like when I wake up and I work out, I pound a bottle of water. Like post work, I just pound it and I do that. Then I drink coffee, which is not hydration, but I drink it, and then I'll drink glasses of water throughout the day. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I had to piss so bad on the way home from work. And like, do you guys check the traffic when you go home? Like, do you
No,
ever look at your route?
it's the same way every time. You just do it.
Same way every time. Well, for me, it's like, I check on the way home because it can be a difference of like 30 minutes, which is good, to 50 minutes, depending on the traffic. So I have to kind of be cognizant of that. Like if there's something going on,
Mm.
going up Los Feliz.
Mm.
I didn't do that, and all of a sudden I had to take a piss, and I realized there's a shit ton of traffic on that street. So I was like, I'm going to not make it. I'm in trouble here. I pulled up at the gas station off Los Feliz. You guys have a restroom? Like, no restroom. And I'm like, dude, I
Just buy a
fought
bottle
my
of water,
way
dude.
to get here. I'm going to piss myself. I white knuckle it. I get back in the car, and like, I go up the street. And in Los Feliz, going east on Los Feliz, it's supposed to be an anti-gridlock zone. So in the far right lane, you can't park. You're supposed to go. And there's a car parked on the right-hand side in that time. And you know how you have to kind of zipper in and make the left turn? The car wasn't letting me in on the left turn. I'm like, dude, I'm so pissed off. Fuck you. What's going on? And as he goes through, it was like some fat Armenian guy with no shirt. And he was like, looked all angry. And I started laughing, like, dude, I'm going to piss myself because I was laughing so hard.
You were really pissed.
Literally, yeah. And then I go all the way up, and then I find a Carl's Jr. I go into the Carl's Jr. I'm ready to piss, and I say, it's time for me to go. There's a keypad there. There's
No,
and it's like
dude.
the bathroom is for customers only.
That's so annoying.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to just buy a small bag of fries and piss. So I'm waiting in line behind a lady, taking her sweet fucking time. And all of a sudden, the Asian guy behind me is like, Miss, bathroom? In my most offensive Asian accent there. And she was telling it was like 246 pound. And I was like, oh my God, I have the code. And then she's like 246, and he's like 2465. He couldn't understand pound. And then after a while, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to help him. So I say, sir, come with me. I hit the pound code, and I open the door, and I see it's one of those urinals, and then there's a stall with it blocks in. I was like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. I'm going in there too with you. So he looked all confused as I walked in there. He was like, hey, 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 hey. And I'm like,
My
I
dick's
was like,
out,
When
dude.
was
Sorry.
this? When was this?
yesterday. I was like, this is a fucking stall, dude. So you're good. He's like, hey, I'm in here. I'm in here. And I was like, shut up. And I fucking took a piss. I let it
Shut
rip.
up.
Shut up, dude. And then like I just left. I just like I didn't even have to buy anything.
Wow.
I just
Wow.
got up and left. And I was like,
Dude.
I can't handle this anymore, dude. I almost had to go, dude.
I'm surprised that you didn't
blessed.
just buy a bottle of smart water and just dump that shit out. That's what I would have done. I am not above peeing in a bottle, dude.
Well, I
No?
mean, like then, but it's like where am I peeing in the bottle in the car?
Sure.
A lot of room for error, dude. A lot of room for error.
Ah, dude.
I
You know
don't
what
get
you're
that
doing.
choice. I almost pissed myself on my way from a work commute one time. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna. I was literally like, I couldn't think about anything else. I was like, I'm not gonna
It's
make it.
so
I'm not gonna make
hard.
it. I'm not gonna make it.
Mhm.
Oh my God, what do I do? I'm not gonna make it. And I will admit, somebody might sue me for this. I had to pull over and piss in the street.
Yeah.
I did.
Wow.
I pulled over. I pulled into a neighborhood that I knew was kind of like nobody was around there except for sometimes homeless people. I was praying nobody was around. Nobody was around. I
Mhm.
opened my front door and I opened the door behind it and I created a little wall and I just popped a squat. Tell me why, like, as I was leaving, I pulled out, like, with my car, I'm like getting ready to turn out and a cop drives by. And I was literally like, I literally would have been like ticketed for public some shit or other right now. And I just couldn't hold my pee. There wasn't even a
I
McDonald's
feel like
nearby. Like
that shouldn't be
I
a
was coming off
ticket.
the freeway. I wish.
That shouldn't be a ticket for that. Like, dude,
It should be.
it's like, dude, if you tell them the story, like, look, I'm a professional. I work at this place. It's a long drive. I fucking I planned poorly. I'm really sorry. What am I gonna be in my car? What are you supposed to do? Piss your pants?
I'm
Dude,
like, what are you gonna do? Piss in a bottle? He's gonna look
Yeah.
at me
I
like,
can't. Yeah.
I like so.
yeah,
the
you
Guatem-
can't get on the sex offender list for that. Like,
I think
it's,
if you're by like a school, like I think
Don't
that's
do it
or,
in
like,
front of a
park.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah. No daycares, nothing like that.
I don't think there was a school.
No churches.
I one time like the Guatemalan like where her parents live like back when she lived there like she lives in Koreatown. It was just notorious for parking. Like you'd be lucky to find parking.
K
like,
Town
up
is
in
so
front.
bad.
It's so bad.
the worst.
And I had a long drive to get to her place, and I was like 4 city blocks away. It's like big neighborhood blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, I have to piss so bad. And I remember like turning the corner. If I went straight, I would have hit the corner of a main street and make a left and I can go. There was an alleyway right before, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. My body is saying you're
Yeah.
at capacity.
I was
No.
gonna piss my pants.
I
Yeah.
I just turned into the alley. I couldn't even get like 10 steps in. I just turned my body to the alley. I pulled on my pants, and if it took me a second longer, it would have just been all over me, dude. I would have just pissed my pants, dude. Like it was over, and like the problem is like the problem is like those like at that moment, it's never just done in 3 seconds. It's like it's 25
It's a
seconds
long
of it.
one.
It
and you're just
wouldn't
sitting there,
stop. Yeah, it
Yeah.
wouldn't stop. It just keeps going.
and you're just like, well, okay, hopefully nobody comes because I have about 45 more seconds left of this.
Yeah. The worst part I think is like the waiting in the line when you've already done the waiting, but you're in the
Dancing.
establishment and the bathroom is right there. You know, like the answer's in front of you. You're gonna feel a relief, but you have to wait because this happened to me at the Grove. Actually, I got there again, long commute, had to pee, and there's like 4. At first, I can't find the bathroom because I don't go over there, right? So I have to ask somebody, why do they have a shoe shiner at the Grove? That's a side conversation.
That's cool.
But I walked past the shoe shiner straight into the bathrooms, and I'm like, oh, thank God I made it. Like a situation where I wasn't gonna make it, and I managed to walk myself from the 4th floor parking lot to this bathroom. And there's like 4 people in front of me, and you do the, are you really gonna pee yourself as an adult? Like, if you really have to go, you ask them, just tell them you need to go, and somebody will let you go. And then I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm right there. I could wait. What's another 2 minutes? And I did the U where like if I'd waited a second longer,
Yeah.
it would have been on my pants.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have a
I'm glad
vivid.
we didn't.
I remember there was one time I had a dream. This is years ago. I had a dream I was at Disneyland, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm at Disneyland. This is cool. And then in my dream, I said, oh, I have to use the bathroom, and it was kind of looking familiar. And I went to the bathroom and I started pissing, and then all of a
Can't
sudden,
pee in your dream, bro.
life,
You pee in real
got
life.
really warm. It got really warm in that dream. I was like, what's going on here? I woke up and I was pissing myself. And I was like, oh shit, dude.
That's
That-
happened
Dude,
too.
rule number one, you don't piss in your sleep, you'll piss in real life. You gotta
Yeah.
wake up.
It's like a, it's like
That's
a
a-
Freddy Krueger
That's
rule,
a good
right?
place to end. Don't
I have to
don't
pee.
piss in your don't piss in your dreams. Because you'll
All
piss
right.
in real
Well,
life.
stream. That's a good time. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Was it Sans, Evelyn? Is that what you're saying? Because you're not here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll miss you
Hmm.
guys, but I'll be back soon.
All right. Well,